Welcome guys, thank you so much for joining in. So looking at this current Bitcoin price action, you can see we talked about this scenario. We were expecting some volatility entering the market on my previous video, and you can see I told that very loud and clear. Tomorrow is actually going to be a very interesting day. We were expecting some volatility in the market, and yesterday you can see this bullish candle formed, and after this pullback now the price is still showing some very bullish movement to the upside. So how far are we going, or is this the peak of the mountain? Is the price now going to reverse? Guys, today in this episode I'm actually going to show you a very important area of support and resistance for Bitcoin. And also guys, we are actually going to look into price action using our CPR indicator, the central pivot range, and this indicator is actually a leading indicator. That's why this is one of my favorite indicator, guys. So now guys, before I dive into the content, I would also really appreciate if you could smash the like button, and if you are watching this for the first time, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell. So now let's dive into the content. So if we look at this price action of Bitcoin and use the CPR indicator, if you have recently joined my channel and has no clue about the CPR indicator, guys, definitely look at the pinned comment section below. I will post the link regarding this CPR indicator. So now guys, if we include this CPR indicator and start by looking at this price action using this monthly pivots line, okay, this right now is the monthly pivots line for price action of Bitcoin in a 4-hour time frame. We can switch this time frame into hourly time frame, doesn't matter, but looking into in 4-hour time frame, guys, we can see things properly. So now you can see this one scenario right now did played out pretty well, guys. I told you in many videos, in many cases price always tends to get gravitated towards the monthly R1 level, and you can see in many cases except September month, the price always came to the monthly R1 level. And look at this right now, guys, this is pointing out that price of Bitcoin now has already fulfilled its monthly CPR target area. So what to expect next? Because if we look at all the monthly R1 level, what difference can you spot, guys? Because you can see here price after reaching the monthly R1 level, price after reaching the monthly R1 level, here as well you can see in many cases, guys, in many cases price after reaching the monthly R1 level, what happens after that? It tends to reverse, guys. So that's why it is actually showing some sort of a rejection after reaching this monthly R1 level for Bitcoin right now, guys, and you can see that very clearly, right? Even though now the trend is showing some sort of move to the upside, guys, we know that now the price of Bitcoin has arrived at its destination according to this monthly CPR, because this R1 was the final destination for the month. Because you can see in every month after reaching the area, price tends to reverse, guys. I am actually expecting more like a sideways movement and also a pullback. I'm not expecting a big pullback, but hey, around 11,300 11,400 could be a really nice scenario, and then again continue to the upward direction, guys. And this is what I actually see looking at this with the help of this monthly CPR. And if we switch the CPR to weekly CPR, guys, we can see here, let's make it a bit easier to understand. Okay guys, let's draw a line here, because we know now this is the monthly R1 level and the price has already reached the monthly R1 level, which is acting as a resistance. And now what we are going to do, we are going to hide the monthly pivots and look only at the weekly pivots. So what can we see? Let's switch the time frame into hourly time frame, and now you can see, guys, where are we heading according to this weekly CPR. 12,035 is our R2, the weekly R2 level, and the weekly R3 level according to this weekly CPR is 12,336 area, sorry. So you can see right now we have this yellow line, which is the monthly R1 resistance line, and now to the upside, this too could be a resistance line for Bitcoin, because now you can see this is the R2 line of this weekly pivot, and this yellow line, this is for the monthly pivot. And now we know we have two big resistance acting around this particular area of 11,950 to 12,030 area, guys. And now also if you look at this price action with only the daily pivots, guys, you can see, let's read the time frame into smaller time frame. 15 minutes is perfectly fine. So you can see here in a daily time frame right now, things looks very interesting, because yesterday was a great opportunity to look for short, because price came exactly at this R4 level, right? And I took short around this 11,700, but it seems like price is still heading to the upside, right? But let's see if my stop loss is going to get hit, because I took this stop loss looking at this monthly R1 and the weekly R2 level. So if the price is coming around this 11,100 area, my stop loss is going to get hit. But until then, you can see my stop loss is above this resistance line, so which I'm still expecting price to get reversal. I'm not expecting big reversal, as I've said you guys. I'm actually expecting small price pullback and then again continue to the upside. One thing you have to take into consideration, guys, because you can see this right now is the daily R1 line. So above we had this weekly R2 line, monthly R1 line, and now we have another resistance line, which is the daily R1 line. So now you can see, guys, around this area, right, around this box here. Now let's delete the other one. Inside this there are a lot of resistance, the weekly R2 line, the daily R1 line, and also the monthly R1 line, guys. Those are the resistance now for Bitcoin. And what I'm actually expecting, as I've already said you guys, price to get pumped here around this area, right, and then some sort of a pullback around this 11,300 to 11,400, and then continue again our journey to the upper direction, guys. And also on my previous video I showed you guys one very interesting chart, right? So let's switch it and look at it now. So now if we come back to this chart, you know, I've talked about this plenty of time, right? The reason I'm actually coming back to this again is because not only the pivots line, the weekly, the monthly, the daily pivots line acting as a resistance, also this upper line of this ascending channel is actually acting as a resistance, because you can see here price seems to be following this ascending channel. The lower line has always acted as a very strong support, you can see here, right? And the upper line of this ascending channel acted as a resistance. And now you can see, along with the weekly pivots, monthly pivots, daily pivots, also the upper line of this ascending channel is actually acting as a resistance. And you can see already the weak rejection here in a daily time frame. So now what I'm actually expecting, as I've said you guys, to see some sort of a pullback, right? To see some sort of a pullback, and then I'll continue our journey again to the upper direction, guys. And this is what I see right now for Bitcoin. So now if we look at this current scenario of Bitcoin, since it is clearly indicating, hey, the trend is very bullish, and I've also said you guys and showed you along with this RSI line here, right, above 50 level, and also this crossover, this 20 exponential moving average crossing over 50 exponential moving average, this check-in money flow which is above zero level, showing very strong strength, and the market is also heading to the upper direction, which is actually panning out perfectly fine, right? Right now if we look at the monthly candle open level, things looks very bullish for Bitcoin. So let me switch the chart. So guys, now if we look at this price action of Bitcoin in a daily time frame, you can see we have already talked about this scenario, and this right now here, these lines actually represent the monthly candle open level for each and every month since March. So you can see here, this is the monthly candle open for April, this candle here is the monthly candle open level for May, and so on, guys. But now if you look at this current stage for Bitcoin, what can you see, guys? This right now is actually indicating, hey, the trend of Bitcoin is very bullish. And why? Because you can see here we had this similar price structure here also, when the price of Bitcoin found itself trapped between these two lines. You can see this one here line, right? This line was the monthly candle open for June, and to the downside you can see the monthly candle open level for July was the support here, right? And you can see we were trapped between the monthly candle level of June and July. So price also headed in a sideways, but when we had this breakout here, guys, the price went completely nuts, right? So you can see how bullish the price started heading after that, because we didn't have any monthly candle open resistance acting as a resistance for Bitcoin to stop the price moving to the upper direction. But right now if you look at this scenario, the price also had similar price structure, right? Found support at the monthly candle open of August and resistance at the monthly candle open of September. So you can see here this line also acted as a support and resistance. But now you can see just like here, price of Bitcoin is showing some sort of a breakout, and this breakout is indicating, hey, to the upside we don't have any resistance line, the monthly candle open level acting as a resistance for Bitcoin. I'm actually expecting price of Bitcoin show some sort of small pullback, right, and then continue further to the upper direction, guys. So today's video is quite short, but hey, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, smash the like button, and also if you're watching this for the first time, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell. So guys, by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.